What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cosmat Wrestling, where Kyle and I will present to you what happened with the latest Monday Night Raw show prior Survivor Series.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Well, Raw opens up with the former WWE champ, Drew McIntyre, coming down to the ring explaining his path come Sunday versus the Viper, Randy Orton, as he says Thanksgiving is actually right around the corner, and he wants to give thanks to all his fans and everybody working with him, and just everything that we've done for him, and I think he's appreciated for that. But he also says he wants to thank all the doubters like Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, as if he actually beats Randy Orton tonight to become the WWE champion, he faces Roman Reigns come Sunday.
That would be a hell of a match.
Miz and Morrison come out and tell Drew to be ready to lose tonight because he isn't ready for change. Miz then brings up Bray Wyatt, saying he's scared of them because they actually have control of that WWE title.
Yeah, not wrong.
We then cut to Nia Jax, Lana, and Shayna Baszler facing off against Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. Nia actually sends Mandy Rose out early with an injury, as Shayna holds Asuka into a submission, as Lana then tags herself in and actually gets tapped out by Asuka, which pisses Shayna and Nia off, as after this match, Shayna throws Lana outside of the ring, as Nia earlier actually took off everything on the announcer's table, cleaned it, and
yeah, it looked like she was going to get put through the announcer table, but Nia kind of faked her out at first, and then, of course, put her through the announcer's table. What's that, like 9 weeks in a row?
I think so.
Jeez.
We are then welcomed to another Firefly Funhouse, as Bray says he has all his friends here to prepare for his match. We then head to a spelling bee, as Alexa Bliss prompts Bray to spell
Jackass.
Bray takes a few seconds, more like a minute, and then spells M-I-Z. Miz.
Miz can be known as a jackass, so it kind of fits.
You know, Bray then actually turns around and throws a dart onto a dartboard and actually hits Ramblin' Rabbit and yells, "Bullseye." He then tells Miz he's ready, and he hopes he is too.
We cut back to the ring with the New Day set to face the Hurt Business for the Raw Tag Team titles.
You know, MVP does come in the ring with his team and cuts a quick promo saying there is no one better than them and how they are just going to dominate Sunday and how Bobby is just going to destroy Sami Zayn. You know, the New Day comes out then and says the Hurt Business sound like just a bunch of jerks and idiots, and that they don't want the Hurt Business to represent Raw, which
I can't disagree with.
I can't disagree, but I love the Hurt Business. They're so dominating.
We then come back from commercial break with The Miz set to face Bray Wyatt indeed.
We then cut to the New Day versus the Hurt Business, Kofi and Xavier versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander for the Raw Tag Team titles. The New Day retained a hard-fought match as Woods hits the midnight hour onto Shelton for the win. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are backstage as Sheamus unveils a wooden box for Drew as Drew opens it. The old Scottish attire was shown in the box as when him and Sheamus were a team. So Drew actually starts to tear up and gets reminiscences of when they were a team, which I kind of miss seeing. Well, Sheamus then actually hands him that Scottish sword that they used to wear and hopes to motivate Drew for his match later on tonight against Randy.
AJ then heads to the ring with his manager. That guy is super huge.
He intimidates me big time, but he actually comes down to the ring by AJ's side as we head to a break and come back with Ali and his team Retribution backstage saying that Team Raw is everything that Retribution despises, and all Retribution has to do tonight is just stand back and watch Team Raw crumble by themselves. AJ Styles is on commentary to watch his team face off against Retribution.
We come back from commercial break with Retribution having the upper hand. Soon after, Riddle takes control.
You know, on Slapjack, and then tags in Keith Lee, and Slapjack actually tags in T-Bar, so we got two powerhouses just about to go at it. Chaos then just breaks loose as each Raw member just keeps tagging themselves in, as Ali then takes control and throws Riddle into Braun, as Braun falls into Keith Lee, as Ali then takes control of Riddle, rolls him up, and gets the win for Retribution. We then cut backstage with Nikki Cross looking for Alexa Bliss as Sarah Schreiber shows up saying Alexa chose the Fiend last week, as Nikki says the Fiend is in her friend and she must get Lexi away from the Fiend.
Sarah Schreiber then sees Jeff Hardy holding up what looked to be like a fake Photoshop or something like that.
It was like a flyer that when he got in a car crash, or Elias got in that accident, and he's blaming it on Jeff Hardy.
Could be evidence that Jeff didn't do it.
Well, we come back from break as Jeff actually runs into Elias's room as he's playing guitar, yelling at him to stop the shenanigans, saying he didn't hit Elias with the car, as he just throws Elias against the locker, all pissed off, telling him to stop blaming him for it, as he will actually do something to Elias that will get him into actual trouble.
We then cut to the ring with Miz and Morrison heading down to the ring. Miz set to face Bray Wyatt.
Miz actually takes the mic and says that him and Bray should put everything under the bridge from Bray putting a doll into Monroe's bedroom just a few months ago, pretty much trying to get out of this match. Miz says him and Bray should work together to make their dreams come true and become champions. Alexa Bliss then comes out and says he says no. Nikki then runs behind Alexa and tells her he's bad for her, as she says, "Nikki, you're right," and then slaps her right across the face. And then Nikki and Alexa just go at it.
They brawled back and forth, man. It was vicious.
Officials had to come out and stop and separate them as Bray Wyatt then comes out staring Nikki down, then runs towards Alexa smiling as they head to the ring for his match against The Miz.
Morrison goes for Bray's legs as he goes for that demented crawl for Sister Abigail.
You know, Alexa then actually jumps onto Morrison as they both fly over the barricade. Bray actually hits a Sister Abigail onto The Miz for the win. Bray and Alexa then head back up the ramp as the Fiend's music hits and we fade to commercial. So there's some good mind games playing here and I love it. We come back with good old Charlie Caruso talking to Adam Pearce as he says Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke actually have just been injured backstage and they will be replaced by Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce. As Asuka interrupts, saying no one is ready for Asuka and she will remain victorious come Sunday.
We then see Angel Garza cut another weird promo backstage saying he wants to give a rose to all the beautiful women in the world.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It's freaking weird.
Well, then Nia and Shayna are backstage as the new 2 Raw members join in, Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans, as Shayna says they're busy and they can't talk right now, and Nia just kind of gets a little upset and is pissed that they're on their team, but whatever.
We then have Drew McIntyre head down to the ring for the main event, dressed up in that Scottish attire with that sword, man. That thing was sick.
I'm excited. A little new attire for Drew McIntyre, so I'm excited to see this. But we then head to break and then come back for this main event. Oh, man. Randy actually starts this match looking strong, and then he just kind of runs up the ramp with his WWE title. Adam Pearce then says, "Oh, no, Randy, this is not how it's going to end." And we have like 30 minutes left to the to Raw, so I think they just had to do a little bit of filler here. And he says, "No, Randy, this is going to be an everything goes match." So they restarted this match as Drew and Randy just go back and forth at it. Drew actually sets up a table earlier in this match and then throws Randy's back straight onto it outside of the ring. This actually cuts Randy's back open. So
yeah, Randy bleeds a lot in matches these days.
I don't know if he cut himself open, but I think it was from he hit a little piece of wood.
You think it was planned?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Drew and Randy head back into the ring as Randy actually goes for an RKO and Drew counters for a very hard Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre, your new WWE champion.
Short-lived title reign for Randy.
I think we've seen Drew versus Roman.
Either way, it's going to be a great match.
I'm excited.
Well, guys, that was it for this week's Monday Night Raw. The Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series. Let us know what you liked most about this week's Monday Night Raw. Always like, comment, and subscribe.
Adios, guys.
Peace.